Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. Say hello to Bobby. Let's pack a little filler here because this is my third or fourth attempt to make this video. I wanted to do a musical timeline of my last quarter century or so in the performing arts in Peterborough. And when I wrote it all out, all the bands I've been in, all the recordings I've made, everything, it's gonna be like an hour-long video. So I didn't want to subject you to that. So I'm just gonna talk about what I've done as a solo musician here in town over the years and how my little fucking greasy career got started. So I moved here in 1992 from Oakville, Ontario, basically to escape my hometown and do some things I wanted to do, like music and writing. So pretty much the day I got off the bus, I was downtown busking. I busked solidly and regularly for about 92, 93, 94, part of 95. Now I took that very seriously. I made a lot of money doing it. I mean, it's the best job I've ever had in Peterborough. It's just there's not really, the landscape's changed and there's really no money in it anymore. But anyhow, I did that. I'm still doing it, but I did that seriously for that amount of time. And I also played the open mic that we had downtown at the Red Dog Tavern called the Acoustic Potluck. And, you know, everybody'd be going up. Peterborough was a really big folky town when I moved here. Very big on the folk and the Celtic and the traditional musics. So I'd write my little, 2-chord punk songs and stuff like that and go sing them at the open mic. And after one time, I don't know, it was probably my 10th time doing it, my old friend Ian Osborne, who was doing sound for these things, pulled me aside and said he wanted me to work for his micro label, Backlash Recordings. So I was kind of signed on a micro label there. And the solo albums I did was, the first cassette I ever made was a cassette called Dog Derby. Then I made a cassette named Shoe. And then I did my first CD in 1996, put out in 97, called Broken Chair, which is an album I'm very proud of. I wish I could get it up on the YouTubes, but I can't really. So after Broken Chair came out, I did a few littler things on that label. I did an album called Deviants and Troubled Hearts, which was released on CDR, the home-burned CDs. We made like 50 of them. And also an album called Still the Winning Hand, which, same deal. And I also recorded a thing at home one week during, I had a really bad back injury, so I was kind of laid up in a chair for a week. And I made an album called Robot Grenadier, which is an experimental album I made using a 4-track, which I also don't have up on YouTube. But I wish I did. I'm very proud of it. It's very different than anything else I've made. And I also released a cassette with Ian called Walsh Osborne, Huddled Together Against the Autumn Chill, which was kind of like I'd play a song, he'd do a song or a piece, I'd do a song or a piece. Like, we just kind of back and forth. There was a lot of spoken word. It was it's a mixed bag of stuff. I still have a copy of it somewhere. And then around 2003, I think, I decided I wanted to do another CD project, like a real CD project. So I did a CD. I did an album called "Burnt by the Sun, Scared by the Thunder," and I tacked on, because it was going to be a bigger CD project, I tacked on a few songs from "Still the Winning Hand" and "Deviants and Troubled Hearts" on it, just to get the songs out there. And I sold enough to make my money back. I sold enough of both of my CDs to make my money back, so it's all good. I still have a lot of some of them, though. And the last album I recorded for Backlash, I honestly cannot remember the name of it, but it was a CDR project, and we packaged it really nice, and a few of my friends said it's their favorite album of mine that they've ever heard, but I can't even remember the name of it. Then for a couple of years, I kind of hooked up with another little garage rock micro label called Backlash Recordings, or not Backlash, Bare Knuckle Recordings. Backlash was the prior label, where I released an album of gospel blues songs called War of Joy. I think I still have a copy of it. And also, to be a bookend to that album, I recorded a solo black metal album called Joy of War that nobody has ever heard but me. I think I made a video of it up on YouTube somewhere, but yeah, it is what it is. So then I also now a whole bunch of stuff. My life kind of fell apart at this point, for lots of reasons. I lost my home. I lost my girlfriend. I got divorced in 2011. I had a lot of separation anxiety from my children. All this was going on, and I lost my job. I lost the drug plan I had with my job, so I had to cold turkey off all my medications, which really sucked. I lost my home, so I had to move in here to Sound Kitchen Studios, where I've lived for the last 4 years, and it's been great. Other than the rodent problem, it's been awesome. I love living here. But from 2014, after I recorded my unnamed album that's in the can, Sean Conway recorded that for me. And I just couldn't afford to pay him for the studio time, so we never released the album. He still got it somewhere, maybe. I don't know. Then right after that till about 2016, I was very, very, very depressed, and I didn't play any music at all, which kind of explains how rusty some of my first videos sound. Because my early videos here were like a rehearsal log, so I could listen to what I'm doing and learn from it and shit like that. But in 2016, I got asked to do a Bernie Martin tribute show. Now, I know a lot of Bernie Martin songs, so that's why they asked me, but I hadn't performed live in a couple of years. So, yeah, that's basically why I started this YouTube channel, to rehearse his songs and be able to look back at them. Then I just figured, well, I got it, I might as well use it, and I did other music and started vlogging. And, as I said before, a lot of my early vlogs are like I'm a completely different person because I'm starving on welfare, I'm out of my mind with sleeplessness, things were pretty crazy for the first year or so I did this YouTube channel. But what this YouTube channel has done for me is earlier on, my friend Chuck heard a song of me doing a Mississippi Fred McDowell song on a one-string guitar, and he showed it to his friend Kurt, who runs Mirkwood Recordings and was a member, or is a member of my Wireless Strangers music group. So he asked me if I would record for them. So I've done 4 recordings for them now. I did At Midnight Called the Doctor in about 2017. Broken Whispers of the Devil, split with me and Bone Daddy, that I fucking absolutely love. Maelstrom Boogie, a live album with us doing a Hurricane Charlie project. And another album called Corey Darling Corey, which is a harmonica record. And, after that was released, Mirkwood decided to put Call the Doctor and Corey on a cassette and make 150 copies of it. And it sold out now. I'm very grateful for that. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did. Burnt by the Sun, Scared by the Thunder. Yeah, I mentioned that. So yeah, that's all been great. YouTube's been wonderful, simply for that alone. That really changed my life. And I still say that changed my life, getting hooked up with Mirkwood. It kind of kicked me back into the game again. So, and it also got me a sponsorship with Bone Daddy Ghetto Microphones. Bone Daddy out in Texarkana. Look up his channel. He makes amazing music. He does a version of Nutbush City Limits. It's better than the Ike and Tina version of it. So that's all been fantastic, And, I made a lot of friends here, and I met a lot of cool musicians here, like Spooky Holler and Dead-Eye Darter and Jamie Lansborough. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm leaving you out. I met a lot of cool musicians here. Trey from Snuff Strings. It's great. It's wonderful. I've taken this YouTube channel. It's grown to over 200 and I think I'm at 245 or 46 right now. And so people are actually watching my stuff, which kind of feels weird, but kind of pushes me into trying to make better videos too. So I'm very grateful for all your support. I guess that's basically an overview of my solo music career in Peterborough. I'm looking at the time. Oh, we're already at 13 minutes. See, that's just explaining my solo stuff. Now I have about, 15 bands to talk about as well. So I do have a playlist here called my stories of my torrid musical past or something like that. And I tell a lot of old war stories on that playlist. So you can check that out if you like. And if you want to hear the entire story, because that just my solo stuff is just the tip of the iceberg of the stuff I've done here. But yeah, if you wanna see an hour-long video of me telling you every little thing I've done here in Peterborough, leave me a note in the comments and I'll do it. But I figure most people don't want to see an hour-long video of me sitting talking about my life. So anyhow, I just wanted to. I don't know. I just felt like that was something worth talking about. If anyone's interested in my long and checkered musical career over the last close to 30 years, it's been a fun ride, and it continues to be. So, anyhow, the thing I'm gonna say, the takeaway from this is, I came to town as a busker that could play 2 chords on a guitar, and I've had all this cool shit happen to me because of that. I played harmonica, not very well, but I played harmonica. That's gained me a a bunch of opportunities here, you know. So, you know, yeah, like when I moved here, I was broke and I was a busker. And I'm very grateful for everything that's happened, you know. Yeah, a lot has happened in my personal musical life here. So, thanks for watching. Be well, stay free, have a great day, and thanks for listening to me yakking. Bye now.